Hello, this video is for the Module 6 milestone that's part of IT 140. In this video, you will see a simplified version of the Dragon Text game in action. Working on the simplified version of the game will allow you to focus on getting the code for moving between rooms correct before you add in the full functionality for Project 2. The game should display the room the player is currently in, and then prompt the player to enter a move command to go north, south, east, or west. Since there are no items to collect in the simplified game, the game should continue looping until the player types exit. As a part of this milestone, you've been given a flowchart. Let's look at it. This flowchart lays out the basic structure of the game. When the game starts, the player is placed in the start room, then game instructions are shown to the player, then there's a decision branch. Is the player's current room exit? If no, it leads to this larger game loop, in which there's the player's status is shown, then the game gets a command from the player, and then depending on the different commands that are entered, exit, go north, south, east, or west, and other, for example, any invalid command, different things happen. So either the current room is set to exit, there's the move between rooms process, which is left intentionally vague on this flowchart because that's a part of what you designed as a part of Project 1, or if there was an invalid command, an error message is displayed. This game loop would continue looping until the player actually types exit. When that happens, the current room is set to exit, and as you can see here, when it goes back to the beginning of the loop, that's what causes us to go in a different path and exit the loop. So when that happens, the player will exit the game. Also in the milestone directions, you've been given a dictionary for this simplified Dragon Text game. This only includes 3 different rooms. You've also been given a very simplified map that lays out the rooms so that you can see how they are linked to one another. What's important to note is that the games that you have been given for this milestone are for the dragon-themed game. You are not required to change them to your theme that is part of your game, but you may if you wish. When actually developing the code, you would copy this in to a file in PyChart and then begin developing using the flowchart that you've been given as well as your designs from Project 1 to really flesh out the code and develop all of the different pieces and the functionality that you've been given. So as you go through, let's see what it looks like to test this game. So you can see I've already got it running. You notice that the commands are a little bit more simplified. You have to go south, north, east, west, or exit. Those are the different commands. And there's no items in this game, so there's no get item command. And you can see that I've also been started in the Great Hall. I don't have any inventory listed because, again, I'm in the simplified version of the game, but I am prompted to enter a move. So I can use this map to navigate and test my game. Since I'm in the Great Hall, if I want to go to the bedroom, I would type go south. You can see that I've been moved to the bedroom. Great. Then I would go east to go to the cellar, and I could continue working like this, going back and forth between the different rooms and typing the different commands to make sure they work. The other thing that you want to do is test different commands that shouldn't work and make sure that your game is giving you the correct output. So for example, if I'm in the Great Hall and I want to go north, there's no room that way. The game should give me some type of error message. And you can see I'm told that I can't go that way. If I try to type a get command, this shouldn't work in this simplified version of the game because that wasn't part of how the code was structured. And so you can see that I've been given an error message that there's an invalid move. So make sure as you go through, you test all the different commands, both valid and invalid ones. Since there aren't any items to retrieve in this game, the way that you get out of the game is to type the exit command. So if I type exit, it should exit the game and I should get a message letting me know that the game is over. And you can see that I've gotten this little message, thanks for playing the game, hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to put a little message like that just to make sure that the player knows that the game is finished. And you can see that the process finished with exit code 0. So you should get some type of response like this if your game is working properly. So that's the example of the simplified Dragon Text game that you'll be developing for the milestone. As mentioned before, be sure to use the pseudocode or flowcharts from Project 1 designs as well as what you've been given in the milestone to help you develop your code. Make sure to test your code just like I did in this video to be sure that it's working. This milestone will give you practice turning your designs into actual code. And the code that you develop here will give you a head start on the work for Project 2, where you'll continue to add to the remaining functionality of the game, such as getting items and the conditions for winning the game or losing the game. Last but not least, make sure to start working on this game early in the week, and be sure to reach out to your instructor if you're having trouble with the milestone. Send your instructor as many specifics as you can, including snippets of the code that's giving you trouble and any specific errors that you are getting. Great, good luck!